Dr. Bikila Hurisa, head of the Prosperity Party Public and International Relations. Thank you so much to be here for this exclusive interview on the issue of the current summit that had been conducted in Accra, Ghana. Thank you so much for the interview, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Prosperity Party, a high-level Prosperity Party delegation led by Mr. Adam Farah, the Vice President of the party, participated on the summit of the African political parties in Ghana. So what was the major ideas that had been entertained during the summit, Doctor? Let us start from this general question.
Okay, the African Political Parties Summit that was held in Ghana, Accra, from August 12 to 14, 2025, had a very important and high-level thematic area. So the theme was from politics to prosperity, inter-party collaboration for African development and economic transformation. This is a very high-level and a very strategic theme. So the very concept of this theme is that political parties in Africa should be transformed from narrow interest attention to the holistic prosperity of their citizens and multidimensional change of their citizens. So that's a very important issue when it comes to the very idea, the process, and ultimate goal of political parties in Africa. So the concept is the political parties in Africa should not be, tied up into the narrow interests of certain groups or certain political elites. So they have to strategically focus on the strategic transformation of their citizens in the areas of politics, economy, and social transformation. So the summit had participants from African political leaders, the Caribbean countries' political leaders, and we had also professionals, political researchers, youth groups, and women groups who had participated on that summit with the aim of adding value to the political agenda and to political transformation in their home countries.
During the meeting, we had so many speakers, keynote speakers, among them the Vice President of Prosperity Party, Adam Farah, and he stressed the need to end zero-sum game politics in Africa. And it is very important to transform the politics of Africa. Of course, Africa has its own political history, but unfortunately, these political parties and political leaders have not yet transformed the continent into a democratic and prosperous continent. So the problem has still remained, as you said earlier, narrow interests entertained by political parties. So what were the major issues have been entertained during the entire discussion and the sideline discussion during the summit, Doctor?
Yeah, so all the topics discussed in the African Political Parties Summit are in one way or another related to the thematic area. So the thematic area of from politics to holistic prosperity and inter-party collaboration for Africa's transformation. This is the idea that helps to break the trap of political parties tied up into narrow interest groups. So the ultimate objective and ultimate goal of political parties should be the nation building, the state building, economic transformation, social transformation of their citizens. So whenever political parties are established and whenever they develop their plans and strategies, they have to focus on the state building goals, nation building goals, and holistic prosperity goals of their citizens. So coming to power or winning votes should not be the ultimate goal of political parties. They have to strategically focus on what can transform their citizens, what can change the lives of their citizens, and what can add value to the state building and nation building objectives of their activities. These are the ultimate focus. So the deputy president of Prosperity Party, His Excellency Adam Farah, has delivered a keynote speech on that summit, and he had, shared his experience, Prosperity Party's experience of the Meddemer thoughts, and how the Meddemer thought is strategically focusing on politics to prosperity in terms of, the breaking the zero-sum game problem that African political parties are facing at a general level. So His Excellency delivered a keynote speech and shared his experience of how, over the last 7 years, Prosperity Party is generally transforming the narratives with which Ethiopia is being governed. There's a holistic narrative, the Meddemer narrative of collaboration, participation, integrating the different interests of the society and political actors, and bringing different actors to the center of the Ethiopian politics in such a way that all actors can add value to the holistic transformation of the state, was shared as a best experience on that summit. So we say how the Prosperity Party was formed as holistic, integrated party that can transform the lives of citizens at various levels and ensure political, economic, and social transformation of our citizens, was shared as a very good experience on that summit. So Ethiopia's experience, Prosperity Party's experience, was taken as a best experience, best practice that other African political parties should take into account when they develop their political strategies and political structures. Vice President of Prosperity Party, His Excellency Adam Farah, shared his Prosperity Party's experience on that summit, and there were very important points he raised. One is that at the beginning of the Prosperity Party's establishment and the national reform that we had over the last 6-7 years, the first very important measure that Prosperity Party has taken as a measure is opening up the political space for all political actors and political parties that are established in Ethiopia. That has expanded the political span, and also the political space is now conducive and appropriate for political actors to act in a very peaceful and transparent manner, so that the political environment is more driven by supremacy of ideas and supremacy of policies than other non-peaceful mechanisms. This is one experience. So the fact that in the last 7 years that a national call has been given by Prosperity Party for all political oppositions to come to the center and be actors in the peaceful political activities in this country has been taken as a best experience, from Prosperity Party. And the second one is the fact that Prosperity Party itself has been established as holistic, inclusive national party, where all citizens, all nation and nationalities, and different actors, different interests are accommodated into the establishment of Prosperity Party itself. So Prosperity Party now is a big tent, holistic, inclusive national party, which has broken the trap of the narrow interest activities that has been there in the Ethiopian political environment for a very long period of time. So Prosperity Party has broken that cycle now, and is now inclusive, holistic, big tent national party. That has been shared as a best experience on that summit. The third one is, the fact that the Prosperity Party has been inclusive in terms of, sharing powers in the governance activities of the state. And political parties that did not, have the chance to make government, but those who have participated in the last election are given chance to be included in the executive branch of the government, where key political positions are even given to opposition parties. So this is from politics to prosperity direction of the Prosperity Party, in that politics should ultimately aim at changing the lives of citizens. Politics should not be about position. Politics should not be about power. Politics should be about state transformation, citizens transformation. That has been shared as a best experience. And the fact that we have given key positions to opposition parties in the executive branch of the government, both at a federal level and at regional levels, has been shared as a best experience. The fourth one is the fact that gender inclusiveness and gender participation is well considered in the Prosperity Party's governance structure, where at a federal level, 50% of the federal cabinet is given to women. So women are 50% of the federal cabinet. This is the best experience. That has never been there in the African political environment, by the way. In addition to that, the fact that we have established political parties joint council, where political parties that are peaceful, that are registered and peacefully, conducting their activities in the Ethiopian political environment, have created a council, a joint council, where they can discuss national agenda, national issues, and holistic national transformation. This has also been shared as a very best experience, and youth participation. The fact that about 47% of the federal and regional positions are occupied by the youth is also taken as a best experience. So generally, under the Meddamer concept and the Meddamer thought, Prosperity Party has already broken the concept of political parties that focus on power and coming to power and then winning votes. And it has already broken that trap and that cycle and is transforming into the holistic state transformation, nation building, and state legitimacy that can change the holistic life of their citizens.
Just one final question. As you precisely explained that, the idea of supremacy is very important in party politics. But Africa as a continent, Ethiopia for a long time have faced unprecedented challenges in terms of polarization, political polarization, ethnic-based politics, rather than based on policy and ideology differences. So what kind of approach we need as a continent and as a national level to break this trap, Doctor?
Yeah, summits like this, platforms like this, will definitely change the overall thought that push political parties into peaceful, holistic, high-level, and transformative agenda than being trapped into narrow nationalistic and narrow interest group agenda behind the formation and running of political parties. So we have to keep on this type of dialogue. So this type of dialogue will generally transform the ways, the ideologies, the thoughts that shape the formation and establishment of political parties. That's why I have learned a lot from the summit, in the sense that now Africa is coming to the high-level political agenda. And Africa is now trying to break the trap of narrow interest groups that are shaping the African political party formation. So when it comes to our country as well, political parties that are in operation now should think again and again, so that they can make intra-party reform and shape their thoughts, their ideologies, their structures, their procedures in such a way that they can think of Ethiopia as a state and Ethiopians as brothers and sisters, in such a way that whatever they do can add value to Ethiopians and the state building process, and not in terms of gaining power or achieving the narrow interests of certain political elites. So this type of discussions, dialogues, platforms will ultimately shape the narratives within which political parties operate.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for this exclusive interview. I really appreciate for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.